It's just Tom Meyer, I'm Superintendent, Bellevue Community School District. This week, I have two guests with me. These guests are from FBLA, or the Future Business Leaders of America, and Kylie Arlen and Tate Giesman. And they're going to talk to you some about one of our student activities that has gained a lot of attention recently or the last few years. And I'll just let them go from there. So Kylie or Tate, you want to tell a little bit about what FBLA is? What people do? Go ahead.
FBLA, Future Business Leaders of America. We primarily focus on bridging the gap between business education and real world business experiences. One of the ways we do that, we do a lot of things throughout the year that Kylie's going to talk about, but one of the main things is conferences. We emphasize other student relationships. We do a lot with other schools, community relations, just letting students meet other people and have those human interactions that you can't always get inside a classroom. So that's one of our big primary focuses, because as we know, the business world revolves a lot around human interaction.
Human interaction, real life experiences. Go ahead, Kylie.
All right, so we network with a bunch of chapters throughout the state of Iowa. We talk to local businesses, and then we just basically create events for everybody to come. You don't have to be in a business major, want to go into business. For instance, I'm going to school to be a teacher. So in the spring, we do a blood drive. We do multiple college visits throughout the year. Am I missing anything else?
You can compete in state and national conferences and business competitions like presentations or tests. We do chapter activities, social events within our chapter, letting members meet our own members.
Hey, I think when you talk about these competitions, your state competition is usually in Coralville.
Yep, usually in Coralville. This year they're changing it just because of like legal. They've had deals with certain hotels. They're now moving it to Cedar Rapids for a few years. I think hopes are eventually to get it to Waterloo and potentially involve University of Northern Iowa School of Business with the conference to have students be able to kind of see what that's all about.
That way too. So then national conventions, we've often had people qualify at national conventions. That's been in, I think, at Anaheim, Orlando, Chicago, Nashville, maybe in the past. I'm going back a few years, probably before your time in it, actually.
Yep, I believe that national conventions are on like a 10-year rotation, and that's a big part of FBLA is the national convention. So if you qualify in state competitions, tests, and presentations, you have the opportunity to go to nationals, and you qualify and you go. It's been all around the United States, Georgia, California, Florida. Last year was the closest it's ever been to the Midwest, which would be Chicago, just because it's a bigger city. So they have like 10 locations throughout the continental US they go. And I went 2 years ago. There's people from every state you meet, and it's quite interesting. Plus just the fact that you actually get to travel is something that is a learning experience of its own.
So kind of wrapping things up here, what's the biggest benefit? I want some from both of you. What's the biggest benefit of being involved in FBLA, or what's the biggest takeaway that you're gaining from being in FBLA? Who wants to start with that?
I can start.
Okay.
You're just meeting new people, going out, putting yourself out there, and getting out of your comfort zone is probably the biggest thing.
Sometimes just getting out of that comfort zone is good for you, but sometimes we don't want to get out of our comfort zone too. Adults, students, whatever the case is. So that's good to hear. How about you, Tate? Would you have anything you want to add to that?
I would say opportunities would be one. Traveling, experiencing different things that you normally wouldn't get to experience, and responsibility. You know, when you sign up for a fundraiser, or you sign up just to become a member, knowing that you attend meetings and have your voice be heard, just knowing that I'm valued in an organization and I need to be here to help it succeed. It's something.
Well, thank you very much to Kylie and Tate both. Appreciate their time here. I hope you've enjoyed the time. If you have questions about FBLA, contact the school. Their advisor actually is Tracy Weber that way. So Mrs. Weber in the business department, but you can always contact Tate or Kylie, either one. They'd both be happy to talk to you along with anyone else in FBLA. Have a great weekend, everyone, and we'll talk to you next week. All right. Good.